Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel today. It's a Friday. This video is going out tonight or today, depends on wherever you're at, okay? And well, before we get started, this is going to be just a talking video here. We're going to talk about a few things. And before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for coming to my channel and for supporting it. Those of you who are subscribed, thank you. And if you're not subscribed, it's easy. Just hit the subscription button. You don't have to watch the videos, although I'd appreciate it if you would. And we're going to talk about that today also. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the content. If you don't like it, tell me why down in the comments down below. And you can also tell me why you like it. I definitely want to hear what you think about this subject today is. And don't forget to share with your friends and enemies. Why not? Okay, so this video we're going to discuss, and I've been asked by a lot of people, why do I make videos? Okay, because, you know, I know the content is sometimes limited. I know the production value is not Hollywood, but I think that what I'm saying, and what I'm saying is not necessarily different from others, or it's, and could be different from others, you know, also. But one thing I do believe is that my content comes from the heart, from my experience. I happen to have experience, you know. I'm 57 years old. I've been doing this stuff for a very, very long time. I grew up on a farm in Louisiana and worked hard all my life. Spent many years in the Army. Came over here to Switzerland where I live, as a lot of you may know. And I've been very active in the outdoor industry, also in the equipment industry for military, police, security, survival, this kind of stuff. And yeah, but I know my content is simple and it's pretty basic. But if you need Hollywood, you need a big production, okay, go over and check out those other channels, their content. You know, they spend a lot of time in their production value. I try to spend more time into what I'm presenting, trying to cut it down to within 10 minutes quite often, because a lot of you don't have 10 minutes, okay? And I understand that, okay? But if you're into Hollywood, this kind of stuff, go over there and check out those Hollywood channels. That's probably fine. I don't have a problem with that. I watch some of them myself also. And I also question people's content, this kind of stuff. But I'm more interested in the value of what I'm getting out of it, okay? If you need to see sexy, then go watch a Russian girl or an Asian girl who doesn't really know what you're talking about or even what you're doing. Build a fire, make a shelter, catch fish. And quite often, a lot of it's so fake, there's somebody behind them who's doing all that. And they're just a presentation value. It's just some scantily clad girl who has a thumbnail of her holding her breast. And guys, of course, fall for that. I mean, I understand. I'm a guy too, okay? But I'm here to teach and to talk about the outdoor market, outdoor industry, show you some things like how to make fire, how to, the different products out there for making fire, you know, give you some of my experience when it comes to, you know, getting ready and what equipment you need for the outdoors. Now, I get paid quite often for building outdoor gear, but also helping people find the right gear in the market that's best for them at the best price sometimes. And then quite often I usually go a route, and you can see in my past videos, I try to go for a route that's less expensive, sometimes the used gear market quite often, and even surplus market, to help them find it. Because a lot of people get into this stuff and they realize that, you know, this is just not what I want. And then the next thing you know, if they spent $5,000 on gear, they're trying to get rid of $5,000 on gear. And that's where I come in. And buying that gear up a little bit cheaper for people who are also getting started. That's not the goal, though. The goal is to enjoy it, get out there, gently progress yourself to where you are competent, safe, and comfortable in the outdoors. Because if you're not those things, you're not going to want to be in the outdoors, no matter who you are. Or you're going to get eaten up by a cougar or a bear or something like that, and that we don't want that to happen either, of course. You know, I teach a lot of courses free. I offer courses for free, but I also offer courses that cost. I don't overcharge people, but you'd be surprised how many people think that their Garmin watch is going to replace any kind of map and compass. And It's not, okay? You don't get a full view. You don't really, you just know where you're at on your watch. You don't really understand where you're at and why you're there in the outdoors. So a lot of people don't take courses because they say, well, I go out and spend $500 on a really pretty watch that they never use. Or if they do use it, they don't really know the whole picture. You know, I have this expression I say, and it's something I got from the Army, and that is everybody's ready to be a bushcraft. Let me keep on with it. Everybody's ready to have the title or be bushcraft and survival or outdoorsman or whatever until it's time to do bushcraft survival and be in the outdoors. I see a lot of people dress up for it, but not a lot of people who are actually doing it, you know. I think it's, I mean, I present stuff. I go to a pretty setting behind me to present gear, this kind of stuff. But I usually prefer to get in the outdoors, test it out, and this kind of stuff. And so that I want to get some feedback that's proper from mine. It's not just like, now if I'm testing it for the first time, I'm going to present that way. And then later on, I might make a video of more of what I think after I play with some more. I made a video after I bought a candle stove oven from a company called Kissag. It's a Swiss company. And they contacted me. They watched my video. They really appreciated it. And they said, hey, we're going to offer you some gear. And then it took me a while to get in touch with them. But I spoke to them yesterday. And they said, listen, we are going to start making more outdoor gear. Outdoor related stuff, not just kitchen stuff. And when we do that, we want to bring you in and send you some gear to test out and to play with. So I look forward to that. It's probably going to be this next spring, but I do look forward to it. But I do have another video I want to make on some improvements to my candle oven that I got from them already. After using it one time, I see that there's some things I need to do to improve on it. And so I'm looking forward to doing that too. One thing I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you guys about if I like something, I don't like it. That's just the way it is. I don't know everything, but there's still a lot out there to learn. And I'm not as big as the other people are. I'm very small. I have a little bit over 2,000 subscribers. And right now my videos are lucky if they're making 100 views right now. I don't know why that is, but you know what? I'm going to keep making them. I'm happy to be here. This is not just, and look, I'm telling you, people, like I said, go back. Why do I make videos? Well, it's not to, it's to help that one person who needs help. Okay. If you can help that one person, get them involved in the outdoors, because getting involved in the outdoors is not just going out there walking around. It's becoming it's preserving the outdoors also. It's about getting out there, making the right decisions so you don't burn the forest down. If you don't teach people how to do things the right way, they're going to go out there and do things a bad way. I used to live up on the Jura here, and behind my house, there were places were accessible by car. So on the weekends, people from the city would come up there and they would build little fires. They'd get a little rock circle. They'd build fires. And quite often they left the fires going and left a lot of garbage around. And you wouldn't just see one, you'd see 10. It's like they were planting these little fire circles. They never used the other one from the guy before. It was crazy. Or you'd go up there and see 10 cars parked up there, and there'd be like loads of people out there. And I'm glad they're enjoying the outdoors, enjoying nature, this kind of stuff. I hope they do that. But it's also about protecting it, and it's about using it correctly and not making a nuisance of yourself. So anyway, that's it. Why do I make videos? Because it's good for my brain, it's good for my head, and I hope that I can do some good for you. So listen, I want to thank you guys for watching my videos. I ask you again to please share with your friends and your enemies. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave me comments, and then please continue following me. I hope you all have a pleasant weekend. God bless you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.